everyone, it's Emily. Today's video is going to be my March TBR, basically the books that I'm hoping to read this month. And February has been all over the place. I actually can't even film this weekend, so I'm trying to like pre-film this video so I can be able to not overthink things this weekend. So as every month, every TBR of the year, I will be picking up a big book to read this month. If you haven't seen the video, I will be linking it, but basically one of my goals this year is to read big books, and I can either pick or choose one of the big books in that shelf, which, there you go. So these books right there. I have been neglecting my big books, and you know what? This month I think I'm gonna choose one because I am in the mood, like really dying to read all the sci-fi, all the like post-apocalyptic books. I've been saying in my wrap-up that I think it's the time of the year because it's like so dark outside, and like I just feel like reading about people. Okay, I'm not even gonna go there because that sounds really creepy. But Swan Song by Robert McCammon, which is a post-apocalyptic book where everyone dies from a disease, which I don't know much more than that about it, except that this is huge. Obviously, this is a mass market paperback edition, so it's even bigger, but there's 919 pages, so it's gonna take me forever. But I'm very excited to read it, so if you also want to read it with me, feel free to do so in March. I'm not sure how many more books I'm going to be able to read. I feel like I say that in every TBR, but I'm still going to include a ridiculous TBR because that's what I do. And I usually am pretty good at reading most of the books that I plan, but we shall see. I literally decided to scrap all the books that I kept pushing back one TBR to the next because enough. I don't know about you, but I feel like whenever I have a pile that I keep looking at, eventually I'm like, I can't do it anymore. So we're switching things up, and I'm including a bunch of books that are kind of newer in my collection that I just kind of bought recently, which I still need to do a book haul, but kind of a mini book haul at the same time. So the first book is the third book in the Last Policeman trilogy. I believe that's the name of this trilogy. Yes, by Ben H. Winters. I read the first two last month. They were included in my wrap-up, and this is going to be an apocalyptic mystery sci-fi type of book where you're following a policeman has basically there's an asteroid coming for the Earth in 6 months. That's how the first book starts, and then the second book there's a few months left, and then this one I think there's like 2 weeks left, and I'm currently reading it clearly. And I am enjoying it, but I feel like my favorite so far was the first one, so I'm not sure how the ending's gonna make me feel, but we'll see if I think it's worth reading the trilogy. Anyway, I do really like the idea, but I'm not sure if I'm enjoying the story as much as I thought I would, you know? But at least enough to finish it. I have like not even 200 pages left, so I will let you know. The only book that was in my February TBR and is making it to my March TBR is this one because why am I not finishing this series? I tried to read it and I realized I was not in a mood for a fantasy book. I really wanted to start reading more sci-fi, which is why I started this trilogy. But I still really want to finish the duology. Six of Crows duology, the second book being Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. Love the first one. I do think it's a little bit overhyped, but I'm hoping the second book will be something I really enjoy. Plus, I mean, the red edges. I just need to read this. Plus, I really want to get better at finishing series, because otherwise I just start them and I don't finish them. Speaking of post-apocalyptic, because clearly I decided to put all of them in my TBR because I really want to read them. I'm like so in the mood. I was looking at TBR last month and like everything was fantasy, and I'm like, I don't want to read fantasy right now. I just want to read sci-fi. So I've been dying to read this for so long. This is Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood. Everyone is always raving about Handmaid's Tale, and I don't feel like a lot of people read anything else from hers, but I really wanted to continue. Pretty much all I know is that it's a future dystopian world, and I know she tends to do them in a way that are like a little too close to reality type of thing, so I'm very excited. Also the first book in a trilogy, so if I really, really like it, I may as well continue. I also wanted to read this one, which is a sci-fi, not post-apocalyptic, just sci-fi in general, but this is The Sudden Appearance of Hope by Claire North. I loved the first 15 Lives of Harry August. It was one of the best books that I've read last year, so I wanted to read more of her books. I tried to start Touch last year, and I kind of just ended up putting it down for whatever reason and not continuing. But this one, I'm really curious about the premise. You're basically following Hope, which is the main character, and people kind of forget about her as soon as she's not in the room type of thing. And I'm intrigued. That premise just attracted me, so that's why I'm adding it to my TBR. And then realistically, will I have time to read more? I don't know. I also wanted to do a 24-hour readathon, which I don't know if I'm gonna have time for. Worst case scenario, we'll put it in April. I will let you know. But I wanted to also include these two, which is more sci-fi because, like I said, I'm in the mood. The first one is I forgot how I'm supposed to pronounce that name. Phlebas? Whatever. This is the first book in the Culture series, which I believe it just got announced that it's going to become a TV show, which gotta read the book beforehand. So I do have the first book, so again, if I like it, I will be able to continue. There's just so many books in this series, like literally so many books, and they are really, really raved about. But I haven't read any books by him, and he's a well-known author for like sci-fi, I believe, sci-fi books. So I really want to finally get to it. And then last but not least, I've been wanting to read more Philip K. Dick, so I grabbed this one, which is A Scanner Darkly. And this one, I believe it's about like a drug that really messes up your brain type of thing, but it's a pretty short book. There's like 200 pages, so I just decided, you know what, we'll add it to my TBR. I have a bunch of books of that really gorgeous edition. Those are the SF Masterworks, which I was lucky enough to get for Christmas, so just need to start reading them. They're really pretty, but gotta read them, right? So yeah, those are all the books that I'm hoping to read this month. Don't forget to let me know in the comment section if you have read any of these, what you think of them. Are they good? Should I like absolutely read them this month? Especially if you have read this one, because I feel like this is one of those books that are very often added to people like best sci-fi of all time type of book. So I'm really curious, but people either prefer this one or the one, where is it? The Stand by Stephen King, which is, both of them are in my list this year. So I'm hoping to read both of them, but gotta decide which one is the best one after that. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe also to not miss any future videos. I will be putting on the screen the videos that I've done that I recommend you check out. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.